Hey, welcome back. Today we'll go through a combined, lab. Okay, combination of the Cosmos DB and our data storage, the blob storage, and the web application, right? And the ideally local storage and user whatever the system we are using for developing this particular whole system, right? So ideally it has different it has different sections. One by one we'll go through. This one is as Azure Cosmos DB. Okay, so this is our storage. Blob storage, for example. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we are trying to build one application, okay, web application, where we have some images, okay, some images available in this particular blob storage, okay, images. And what we are trying to do, we are trying to build one web application, okay, which will load the file related to this particular this particular image list, okay, and we'll able to access all these images in our website. Okay, so I mean, you know how to build a website. We have seen those, in the .NET, what are the different sections. So I mean, while we are building the web application, and what are the different files and configurations we are doing, right? So now what are the main focus is like how we are connecting from our application to the Azure storage, I mean blob storage, as well as the Cosmos DB. So in the Cosmos DB, in the blob storage, we are storing the physical images, right? Physical images. In the Cosmos DB, what we are going to store? We are not going to store any image. Rather, we are going to store some data, some sales data, which internally uses this particular image available in this particular store, right? Ideally, this is a round trip of web application. It's usually happens, right? Just think of like if you are using some other cloud. Let's, for example, sometime you are storing your files in a file system, right? In a file system, and you are trying to write one web application, and your web application is already connected to your database, right? So in your database, you are not storing image, definitely, right? What you are only storing is in your database is the link to that particular file, wherever the file is available in the file system, right? That's why you're going to do, correct? So those are the things we are going to do it. See, so we know like in our Cosmos DB, we can store any kind of data, right? So one of the data type can be the JSON. So what we can do, we'll store the file, I mean image file in our blob storage. We'll have one JSON file. In that JSON file, what we'll have all those sales data, for example, the some retail data in the sense like whatever the product image we have, those product detail will have in that JSON file. That means that is the catalog of the product available in a particular retail site. Maybe you can say Walmart, you can say Flipkart or Amazon, kind of, right? So those guys has their own catalog, but they are not storing those images into the database itself, right? Because it otherwise it will be a tight couple, right? So whenever you are storing your images somewhere else and your actual data catalog in somewhere else, then it's a flexibility of using those whole infrastructure, right? So that's where it will be. And then whenever the web application will run, so it will able to connect to the Cosmos DB, and then from Cosmos DB, whatever the URL it's able to get, again it will try to connect to the blob storage, and then from that blob storage, it will try to read that particular image file from the URL, right? So that's how it will be in general, right? So so that's where we are trying to make sure like we are able to develop that in our local and provide all this configuration in our local file system, and then we should able to see those, right? So let's go through that.
So,
Sadhya?
Sudhir, like, what is the use of that query JSON data, like from web app? If we are uploaded the image on the blob storage,
Exactly.
what is the purpose of that query JSON data and the upload JSON data?
Okay, I see. Okay, just think of you are building a image viewer application. Okay, image viewer application. So in this image viewer application, so what you are going to do, you want to show all the images someone is uploaded. For example, you have already you have a upload system, upload. There you are you have given an interface to upload the files, right? We already saw this kind of activity we have done previously, right? So upload image from your local file or your file system and upload it. Whenever you are uploading it, that means whoever is using your application in real time, you develop one application, for example Android application or iOS application, right? And you have published to that to public use. So public means anyone can use your application or product by logging in. Once they log in, you'll store all your credential details somewhere in your database, in your cloud, right? Because this is hosted in cloud, this web page. So you are storing all those other people's credential and username, password, login system in behind the scenes somewhere in the database, right? Right. But what is the reason? What is the what is the use case of this particular product? Is like someone able to back up their files in your cloud system. Think of that way. You build a backup backup application. So through that, what they will do, they can upload their images to your cloud, and then they can delete from their own device, so that they can free up their device space. If they want to download, they can always download. Just think of the Google Store, right? The Dropbox or Google Drive, right? You can upload those files into the Google Drive, and you can free up you can easily delete that from your local, so that anywhere else you can access that from that particular Google Drive. What is Google Drive itself? It's a storage itself, right? It's a storage. And exactly you can think of this is a Google Drive. Think of behind the scene, this is a Google Drive. What you have done, you have uploaded some file, it's went to the storage, this storage, blob storage, the files are there. So now whenever it will be uploaded here, at the same time, one of the link will be stored in the database. In which database? Maybe Cosmos DB, right? The link will be stored. So now whenever you want to view those images in the portal itself, in this UI, whatever UI you have exposed to the public, so there they can easily see those files, right? Images, right? So now earlier whatever we have done, the image related application, web application, we are directly loading the file, showing the file from blob storage, correct? But that is always a risk here. Why? If sometime the what do you say, like you cannot if you want to store the multiple version of the same image, right? And version in the sense like maybe same image, one you have a 4K resolution, one you have HD resolution, and one you have some normal resolution, right? So if you want to store in that way with different use cases, then it's very difficult to manage here everything. Rather, what you'll do, all this catalog of this particular product will store somewhere, right? Store somewhere, and actual image will store somewhere. So somewhere means actual storage is the blob storage, and the catalog of those list of files and where it is available, you will store. You can say indexing. You can storing the index here, and you are storing the files here. That's what you can say, right? So now whenever you are reading those images through your application, you should see those application. It's ideally you have backup your file. Now you want to see that file. Now in our use case, what we are trying to build here is like the product catalog. For example, we have Walmart, right? Walmart has there lots of products, right? Products. Every product has their images, right? Whenever they are showing in their website with their price, all these things, right? So every product, let's P1 will have maybe image, product name, okay, product price, and other product details, right? And there is a product 2, it will also have its own image, own description, own price, all these things, right? So in this case, what will happen is like, so Walmart, what they will do, they will write a list all the product catalog into one as a JSON file in the somewhere in the database, and the actual images will store in the some storage. If you are using AWS cloud, maybe you can think of S3, right? S3 is one of the file storage. You can store those files over there, and all your other database entries and the catalogs you can store in somewhere in the DynamoDB or MySQL or somewhere else, right? So whenever you are trying to read those files, you can read through your URLs, right? And the permission you have granted. So internally you have to provide all these credentials and the URL wherever it's, your storage account URL to the web app, and you can able to deal with those things, right? So now you understand like how this kind of use case comes into the real world scenario, right?
Yeah, yes, Sunil. Yeah.
That's what we are trying to build. So let's go to our this is visual code. Okay, so I'm just checking like which portion I'm just using. Okay, so what we can do, we'll go with one by one process. So before that, what we have to do, we have to create these two components, this component and this component, right? These two components we have to build in our Azure. Otherwise, we cannot build those things, right? So if we go to our portal, okay, sign in again. And what we'll do, we'll go for creating one storage account. Okay, storage account. So in this storage account, this is what storage account we need, right? So you can always filter it out, or you can put it in a favorite. So we'll go with this. What we'll do, we'll select our resource group, and what we'll give, we'll provide some name like retail store, for example. Okay, retail store smart retail store. Okay, so this is what our name is, and we'll just leave it this particular region as is. So it's East US, right? Standard. And as I said, like we don't need all this replication and all. We'll just go for the local return. Okay, and what we'll do, we'll try to review and create it. So once this will be created, okay, validation pass. So it's creating. So now once this will be created, then we'll try to create a Cosmos DB account, right? So in the Cosmos DB account, both places we need those details, right? So we'll try to leverage those. Okay, let it resource is created, right? So let's go to the resources, right? Okay, resource is there. Now here in our storage, right, what we'll do, so before that, I mean, always make sure like we are going to provide the access to the anonymous access, right? So so that we can able to access the data where it is the configuration, and from the configuration we'll go anonymous, okay, and just save it. Don't trust it at same time. Go back to some other tab and come back again. See, it's gone. This is the issue we are already talking about this with the portal. So now I'm saving, and it's save, change save, and then go back again, come back to confirm. It's confirmed, right? So now we'll go back to our container. We don't have any container. Let's create one. Create one container called image. Images, right? So now if you see here, we are able to see those access, right? Blob access. So select this one. Then we'll create it. So now our container is ready, right? So in this container, what I'll try to do, I'll try to upload something. Okay, some images related to what we are trying to build. Okay, so I'll show you one thing quickly. So all the things I have already uploaded in the our GitHub. Okay, you can always check that right there. I'm just pushing those files, uploading those files, whatever I have in my local system. Let me do that quickly, and then sway these files, lab, and this one. Okay, so under starter, if you see, go to the under lab, lab 04 Azure Cosmos DB. So under starter, you will find a folder called images, right? Under those images, you can always load that, or I'll just load here right away. Okay, there are somewhere around 42 files. Okay, so you can always override if there is any similar files available. Okay, and just upload it, right? So our images are ready here. So now what we'll do, we have uploaded those, and we'll go back to our account and overview, go to the resource. Okay, and our blob is ready. Just make sure, okay, images are ready, right? So now what we'll do, we'll go to the access key section. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll try to copy this one, copy this key. As we know, like these are the things we need, right? The connection strings. So let's copy these connection strings, right? This connection string, and we'll put it somewhere in our backup. Okay, I'll just putting in our one of the notepad. Okay, so that I'll you have to copy it somewhere. Okay, let me copy here. I'll just show that file here otherwise. Okay, so I'm just putting this one here. Storage, and copy it again. just paste it here, right? This is the storage detail, right? And also what we need the link to that particular image, right? The blob overview, right? So what we'll do, we'll go to the shared access token. How did we go? So here is the image, right? So from the images, we want to set up the authentication, right? The key we have to build for that. Otherwise, how can we access this, right? So this authentication we have to build it, right? And not build, either we have to create a key so that we can provide the application can able to connect to that particular component through using that particular connectivity, right? So that's where we are trying to do. So if we go to the share token, and then what we can do, we'll go and create this guy, right? Create this one, generate token, right? We'll also copy these things, right? Right? These are two things we have created, right? So now this is our connection string, right? And this is our blob access URL, SaaS URL, correct? Just this thing will do. Okay, so now we'll go back to maybe I'll go back to the GitHub. Okay, I'll show you the GitHub quickly, and then we'll go from there one by one step. Okay, so that you'll not confuse with what exactly I'm doing, and then we'll go from there, right? Let me show you that. I'll just put it side by side, okay, and we'll do it. Where did I go? This one, yes. Okay, we make it side by side. So what are the step by step? I'll just try to make sure. Okay, so what we have created the data store. Okay, so now we have created our data service, right? Whatever I have explained, right? And then we'll go one by one, and we'll go select the resources and go to the this is for the Azure Cosmos DB. So now we are confirming like we have created the Azure data store, right? Azure data storage we have created down here. Okay, it's the data store I have created. This is the Cosmos DB we have created, right? And then here it will be, I've created the storage account first. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll just go back and create those. Okay, so now what we have created these things, and now this is our available, right? The storage account is ready, right? And now what are the things we need now? Okay, we have to go back and create one Cosmos DB, right? Now storage is ready. Let's go back, and I'm giving different name. Don't worry about that, right? It's exactly the same step, but we are giving different name to access it differently, right? So that's fine. So now let's go back to our home, and we'll create one Cosmos DB. Same step by step. We'll go just step by step, and you can follow this process, right? We'll go this and go to the the Azure Cosmos DB, and then you have to go create what kind of Azure Cosmos DB for NoSQL, right? The same thing we are trying, yesterday, and it was just going loading and loading, and it was not showing any result, right? So now we'll try to select this. What are the things we are going to select from here, right? So the Cosmos DB, and from the Cosmos DB, Azure Cosmos DB, okay, create one. If you go create one, what it will do? So it will show two different kind, right? One is for NoSQL and another is for MongoDB. And we are not going to deal with the MongoDB at this point. Rather, we are going to go with the NoSQL thing, right? Then go here and create it, right? Provide that resource group, okay, and provide some name, right? So you can like Smart Cosmos, right? So Cosmos retail DB. That's fine. Perfect. So Smart Cosmos retail DB. Okay. So I just provided in that way because to make it unique, right? And the availability zone just disable and make it East US. Okay, East US. And then we'll go with the serverless, right? Because we don't want to keep it keep it assigned to, some of the RUs, right? The request units. So if we go with the serverless, then we can save money ideally, right? So because whenever we'll kick off, run that particular program, at that particular time it will just use the allocate the RUs, otherwise no RUs, right? So that way. So that's why we are going with the serverless, right? Then next, global distribution. Do you want any global distribution? We are not enabling anything, right? So, and then networking, just we'll go with the same setup whatever we have, and then review and create. So the same thing, see here also we put the serverless, correct? Same step I provided here, and then we can go with this is what it's trying to create now, right? Validation pass, let's create it. Okay, now we'll just complete this particular step, create the customer DB account in a specified configuration, right? And now we'll go to the resource once it will be available, right? Our storage is ready. Now our Cosmos DB will be also ready, right? So in momentarily building the Cosmos DB, creating the account, it takes little bit more time comparing to the actual storage, because this is actual near about the database, right? So it set up all the behind the scene configurations, all these things automatically, and it will build the whole account, right? So that's how it will do. So so it will take little time to propagate. Okay, so once that will be available, so we'll try to exactly the same wise we have copied some of the storage key, right? We'll copy some of the keys from this particular account, the Cosmos DB account. Well, takes a little time. So yeah, earlier also it was taking a little time. We chose East US, still it's taking time because this is setup. This is not the data replication, right? It's a whole account setup. So it will try to do its own thing and give us the output. So yeah, it's still development in progress. And it's created the database link and it's trying to build it. Okay, let's give it some time. Okay, give it some time. It's just ready. Let's go to that resource. Okay, and now the resource is ready, right? So now if we go to the overview, we can see what are the things it's available. Okay, don't go by this alert. This is just asking for enrolling for the AI, right? So you don't need this, leave it. So now this is how the the overview looks like, and this is the URL, right? Cosmos DB URL, and these are the things, right? So now go follow this process, right? Now this Cosmos DB is ready, right? So now what we are going to do, we'll go to the go to the settings, right? Go to the settings, and we have some keys over here, right? Go to the keys. In this case, first we have to copy this guy, right? What is asking? Same thing. Copy the URL, URI, primary key, and primary connection string, right? Copy this one and go back to our backup one. Okay, we'll put it here, Cosmos. We'll just tag it so that we know, like, we will not confuse with the keys between the storage account and the Cosmos DB account, right? And what else we need? We need this one, and we need a primary key, right? View it and copy it, paste it somewhere in your backup. And also what you need, the primary connection string. Okay, copy the primary connection string here. Okay, now we have keys available here, right? So okay, make sure, like, there are two things. One is the read only key and another is read write key, right? So why we are going with read write key? Because while we can read, we should also able to write something. Because what we have done in our storage account, in the Blob Storage, we already uploaded the files. So in a Cosmos DB, what we are going to do, where we are going to upload, upload one JSON file, which will hold all these, product details along with the image name, right? So that we can able to view those in our website. So that's why we need these things, and we need this read write keys, not read only keys, right? Make sure you are copying the read write keys, whatever the application you are building, that's fine. But read write key, see, whatever I'm putting all those images, instead of those images, you can do your own use case, right? You can do your own website, or when your own we are building retail system, you can build your something different, maybe food, or related to food website, or related to some other use cases, right? So that's why what I'm saying is, like, make sure, like, always you are going with the read write key, not the read only key, right? So we have copied all three things, right, from this particular point. So now let's go back to our steps, whatever the steps we have followed, and we have already copied this Cosmos DB, and we copied this particular keys. Now we are ready with this. Now let's go see how it look like. Okay, explore this particular particular Cosmos DB, how really it's look like, right? Data Explorer. If you go to the Data Explorer, you will see, like, leave it, this one as well is the home, and you'll see here, right? It's not expanding. Okay, I'll expand this a little bit. So if you see, there is no container, in the sense there is no container, no table, no records, nothing, right? It's just plain vanilla database we have created. Now we'll work on this, right? So so those are things we'll see, right? So if you see consistency here, we are talking about consistency. These are the consistency. See, strong consistency, bounded staleness consistency, session consistency, right? And consistency prefix and eventual. So by default, it's selecting the session because it's not too strong, not too weak, right? It's just that, like, in session level, whatever you are doing in this particular session, it will be replicated, but it will not replicate. Why? Because whenever we have created this account, we have selected no replication, right? No global replication. So that's why we are not going to replicate it. However, see, we cannot just click anywhere, right? Why? That option is not selected or disabled that option is disabled when we have created this particular account, right? So that's what it is. Correct. If it would have been, we could have been, enable that, and we could see this, this particular, dots could have been enabled, right? So now this is only for our region and our storage, whatever we are doing now. There is no replication, right? So that's what it is. See, read and write both are in the same session in the same region, East US, right? If we could enable that, it could have been, replicated to these. These are the regions. It could have been replicated, right? So this is you can always explore all different things. What are the things available? Okay, and you can directly create anything from here itself, right? Create, and you can do it on this. But creation, all these things we are going to do from our programmatically. From program, we are going to create this container, new container, and a new record we are trying to do. Okay, if you want to create one container, you can always create one container here, right? Create one container, put some items inside that, and you can always view that in the dashboard, right? Try to do yourself that one. It's from your portal itself. So exactly same thing we are trying to do in this activity from our code, right? So let's close it. And now we saw like these are the things, and we have copied keys related stuff when we're trying to connect it, right? So now let's go back to this guy. I'll just minimize a little bit, and we'll just go side by side, right? And whenever we are creating the storage account, right, we have created all the storage account here, but one thing, this is one we already did it, but we have to see the uploading images. We have also uploaded the images into our storage account. If you'll go back to our storage account and see if we have the storage account here and the blobs are here, right? I'm just making sure things are here. There are 42 images available, right? So now we have already uploaded those files, and once those files are available, now we have uploaded whatever the file we wanted. As I said, like from the starter images from our this particular GitHub, we have picked up all those images available in this images folder and uploaded it. That's all. These are the images came from this particular folder structure, right? And we have uploaded that. Now we'll review the JSON file, right? Okay, so in that particular, the GitHub location, right? So all our code base is available, right? Inside that code base, there is a JSON file uploaded. That's called models.json file. Let's go back to our where this guy, right? And we'll see. So this is what you see, like from the starter itself, the lab4 starter. So these are the files I have, folders I have got it. What are the folders available under that? This is the adventure only. Why it's not minimizing? Anyways. Okay. So anyways, so what I'm trying to show you is like there is a model.json file. Okay. So where is that model.json? So just command P models.json file. Now just look at it. What exactly this is? The one I was talking about, right? So this is the catalog of the product. A company, let's for example, the retail company called the name called Walmart, or maybe some online shopping, right? You can do that. So in that, what are the things we wanted to build here? So this JSON file is having all the product details, whatever that particular online shopping shopping website having the product, all those product details are available in this particular file. So just go see what is the structure. So this is a list This is a complete list. The whole thing is a list. See, you're asking something?
Sunil, how this JSON's file is being created? So we need to create it separately?
Yeah, we have to separately create it. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so I mean it's for our requirement, right? But just think of what you need, right? You can put the structure like this way. Always go with, whenever you are practicing something and you are trying to build your own, go with putting your own own image and provide that image name here. See, you see the image name, right? The image ID, sorry, the product ID is here, the category is here, and it will the product ID is here, and it will try to provide the product number. Okay, the product number is something like, you can find that the product number in your website. You'll see this in your website. But before going to website, so we are going to insert these data into the Cosmos DB, right? So now see, there is a tag called photo. This is your product. You have given all these details, the product name detail, and you have given this particular name, the photo, right? Where is this photo available? This photo is available in a Blob Storage. Okay, but this file we are going to upload into, insert into our Cosmos DB. Now just think how it will be connected. It will not automatically connected for sure. We have to write the code for that, right? So that's why the first thing is like how the JSON look like. The JSON look like this, and the JSON structure is like this, right? This is one product detail. The product is like, the product ID is this, the name is LL Fork, okay, and category is forks, right? And then the description is like, stout design, observes sock and offers more precise steering, right? So it looks like some bike, right? It's like the product is something related to bike for sure, right? So and the product detail, what are the other details, what is the product number, what is the color, all these things, right? And we want to show all these details along with the photo in our website, so that the customer can see those data and try to purchase it, right? That's what we are trying to build. Okay, so likewise, this is one product. See, this is the JSON format. Okay, if you close this, you'll find another product. If you close this, you'll find another product, right? So likewise, there will be lots of product available. Now see, this is one of the unique. What do you see? If you see here, for every category, the first product has category, and in that category only one product is there. The second product also has the different category, but has how many products? One. There, if you see, the product is the list, right? And there are how many products? You see the how many JSONs are there? There will be that number of product for that particular category, right? This number of products available for this particular category. Now I will ask one question, right? Maybe you'll think of something when we have talked about the partition key. Okay, just think about that. Okay, so now there are some other product categories which might have two products. Some other category might have one product, and some category might have, see, this category has only one product also, right? And another category, there might have multiple products, right? So now why I'm showing this one is like, if there is something, it's kind of a group, right? For a particular group, there are multiple elements. For another group, there are some elements, right? In that case, what you'll do, you'll try to segregate those products by their category, right? That means whenever you are uploading or inserting this data into your Cosmos DB, you might think of deciding category is one of the best, maybe would not be best, but the good candidate for the partition key, right? So that all the related products will go to in same partition. Okay, when I was showing in our last class, right? Partition means whenever you are inserting data, the data will be stored physically in the hard disk in that particular partition, in particular section, right? According to the partition key, right? So that's why in this particular use case, or in this particular JSON file, what we have the data, we can go by the category is one of the partition key, right? That will be a feasible, a good candidate to decide for the partition key, right? So now this is what the file look like, right? So now we have to insert this into our Cosmos DB, right? So before that, we have to follow some of the some of the other rules, right? Okay. So what other steps we wanted to follow? We see like what are the things available in the model. Then the next thing what we'll do, we'll create the Cosmos DB database collection and perform the JSON data upload, right? That's what we'll do. We know like we have we have images available. We have the JSON catalog available. Now we need to push that particular catalog JSON to our Cosmos DB as well, right? So now what we'll do? Let's go back to our VS Code, okay, and we'll see. We'll follow the same what we are following here. Where it's going? It's going somewhere. Okay, so what we are trying to do now, okay, I'm going step by step, so you will not just mess things up. Even you are not following the video also, you can able to follow this one and one by one step, and you have all the configuration also available here. What are the things we want to do? Now we know like we want to create the Cosmos DB collection, because collection means the one kind of collection we are going to build is the table. It's kind of a table, so the collection, right? So we have to create the collection for the JSON files, right? So we are not storing the records by table, rather we are storing those JSON files, okay, JSON elements into the collections, right? So now what we'll do, we'll go through the Visual Studio, and then we'll open that particular adventure work folder, right? Under adventure work folder, if you see, this is the adventure work folder we have, right? And under this, what we can do, we can go to the upload section. See, whenever we have this particular whole activity we are doing, there are multiple sections here. One project is web application, another project is to maintain the context in the sense like all the connections to the database, connection to the storage, all these things will maintain here, right? And the model, definitely model is whatever the model we saw, those things, it will work on that, right? So let's go fast to the upload one, right? Because we want to upload that particular file, right? So if you go upload the upload module, we'll see the model JSON, right? In that model JSON, what we'll do, it's asking for, go to the upload dot this particular upload project, right? So under upload project, if you see, this is the upload CS project available, correct? So now what we'll do, we'll change this particular to the let's see, if you see, just change, will cd change, let's see in which directory we are. Okay, we'll go to the too much. Okay, I'll just get it. So we'll go to the terminal and we'll try to stop it. okay, and see where we are. I'm in the web. Okay, we have to go back to the upload, right? Go back to the upload, cd dot slash, I think dot slash adventure work dot upload. Yes, your upload. So once we'll go there, what we'll try to do, we'll try to execute one command. What is that command? The Cosmos DB command. So this is the package, right? If you see, this is the package we have to install. Otherwise, our local system cannot connect to the Cosmos DB, right? So in that case, what we have to do, just copy this one, okay? .NET add package. It's just how you are going to install the library, right? So in this case, you'll just go install and just enter it, right? So now, see, it's successfully installed, right? So now there is no error, means successfully installed, right? Now what we'll do, okay? Next, if you see, like, there is no error in the terminal. Now we are good to go, right? So now what we'll do, we'll go through this particular explorer, and we see like what are the files available. There is a program.cs file available, right? What exactly this is talking about? So this file is responsible to insert that particular JSON file and load that JSON file into a Cosmos DB, right? So what are the things it will do, right? Here there are some of the environment, the constants we have defined. So it's related to what are the URLs and where to push that particular JSON file, right? And we'll go step by step. What is the endpoint URL? This is where we are trying to upload this. We are going to upload into the Cosmos DB. That means we need to provide the Cosmos DB endpoint URL, the URI you have copied here, right? Let's go back to this guy and copy whatever we have copied here, right? Copy this one and just paste it over there. Okay, here. Okay. Then what next? The authorization key. So what is the authorization key, right? If you see the authorization key, now you can go ahead and check that. Okay, in the file we already provided the endpoint URL, right? Then what next? So then in the Cosmos DB account, it will try to connect what it's trying to do. Authorization key. Authorization key is the primary key property of the Cosmos DB account. Where it is, we have already copied that. This is the primary key, right? Copy this and paste it here. This is the key. Now the connection with the key is ready. Second, what is this one? Retail. So what will be the collection name? Okay, the collection name is the it's kind of a retail, right? That means it's the kind of a database name. Ideally, we are pushing the JSONs, but end of the day, it's a kind of a database name only, right? So we are giving the database name retail. Okay, so the container name, what is the next level container? That container will be the online, right? We can always change this to a different name, not a problem at all. Whenever you are practicing, change it without any thinking anything. Change it as per you need, as long as you are giving the right thing here, right? As long as you are giving all these things, you are good, right? So now partition key. Now think, we are talking about partition key when we are talking about the model JSON, right? What is that? The category, right? We can provide the category. So this is what we can provide the exactly. I shouldn't misspell. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I'll just copy paste it. Okay, so that it will be no typo, right? JSON file path. Where is the JSON file? My JSON file is just go here. This is the model JSON, right? right click, copy path, okay, or you can if provide the path for your convenience. If you are using the local on the Windows, probably your path will be something like this, right? The drive colon slash slash this way. But I am using my Mac, so I can directly give this one, okay. Rather I can also give all up to this the relative path, right? So I'm already here, okay, and under the upload I can provide this one, okay. Leave it for now, okay. So now we have given the path itself, right? So now what else we need? This guy, if you see here, what it's trying to do, it's trying to, we already went through the APIs, different APIs we have to connect to the Cosmos DB, right? So this is the API where we are trying to create the database. If not exist, create database. If not exist, if there is no database exist with this name, it will create it, okay. If already exist, it will not do anything, right? Now what it will try to create a container, okay. If the container is already not exist, then it will try to create one, right? While we are creating on partition, the partition key, container, creating the container, this is the API you have to use it, right? So now while you are using this, it needs some parameter. What parameter? The container name and the partition key. It needs two things, and then you have to provide the policy, indexing policy, because it will index internally, right? And these are the these are the different parameters, and you are going to different options you are going to attach it, right? So this is how you have to create to to build or create a container with the partition key. If you don't apply any partition key, you can go with the straightforward, right? The container name, it will be just empty, right? So now your container will be created, okay. If not exist, it will create. If already exist, it will not do anything, only it just come out, correct? Because you don't want to overwrite or delete it, right? That might be some data, so you cannot just go like that, right? So now the next thing is like you are going to insert those the products available in the JSON file. Now to do so, you have to read that file first, JSON file. You are going to read that file and getting one by one JSON object from that. Go back to here. You are going to read this particular file, and you are getting this element, every element one by one, okay. See, using this, and you are iterating, and you are trying to get the JSON, right? JSON string, and marshalling to the model itself, right? So in this case, what it will do, it will try to create a model, okay, and it will insert, okay. Then whatever the model it's try to insert, it will just try to amount to insert, right? It will try to insert into that, correct? And it's preparing, inserting the item. How many items? So whatever the items it's got calculated here, it will just try to insert that, okay. So it will try to print. Whenever we will execute this program, it will print it, okay, how many how many items it's inserted and all these things. And it will start the stopwatch, how many times it will try to calculate probably, okay. Then the container, we are trying to access the container now, right? And try to insert into that particular container. See, create items, container dot create items. Under container always we have items, right? So we are going to insert items into that. Then it's all the way you are going to write the JSON object into that. So you are trying to handle the exception, patterning the data, and you will keep checking while you are adding that into the partition, that particular container. It's a future call, right? It's a future call. Async, everything is async, right? So now you are keep checking that if you got any response and it got successful, the item got successful. If it's not successful, then it will try to handle that exception, right? Cosmos DB exception, what happened, why it couldn't upload or insert, right? The things you're handling. Then if task, when all tasks complete, then you just stopping the watch. Okay, why you are starting a stop and watch and stopping a watch? You are trying to calculate how much time it took to insert this particular file into the Cosmos DB, right? And this is what it is. And like the model classes and all, this is a model class you have built. So like according to your JSON structure, right? JSON structure, you are going to build that model. Model means these are the class members you have to create in the class whenever you are creating the model class. And this is the product. So inside model, you have product is one of the element, and it's a list type, right? See here, it's a list type, right? So ID is a string, name is a string, category is a string, description is a string, but products is a list. Okay, correct? And under that list, what you are expecting a JSON object, right? So that's how you are creating here. The product is what, these are the things available, right? So that's how you're building the model. So and whenever you are reading that particular JSON file, you are marshalling that particular data set into their respective object, so that you can use the serialization and deserialization to deal with that particular data, right? So because you are going to transition that particular data through the internet, right? Whenever you are sending any text data or some data through the internet, so always make sure like you are serializing the data and sending it, and then deserializing also while reading it. Okay, so that is the concept where you are trying always keep in mind in any programming language or anywhere, right? So those are the concepts. So now what we will do, so these are the things we understand, like what exactly the program is doing. We have to build our project, right? Build this project, whatever the code we have written, we have to build it, right? Then just clear it and just clear it out, and we'll execute this guy, right? .NET build. So everything save, try to build it. Okay, it's built, right? So if you see, we have the bin directory and the object directory, we got it, right? So now we have to run it, right? If you'll run it, then what will happen? Okay, creating database if not exist, creating container if not exist, right? Everything, see, whatever the code we have written, it's printing one by one and going, creating database, creating container if not exist, right? These are the log it's showing, preparing for this number of amount, how many number of product are there in the JSON, 119, right? So this is the one it's printing, right? So now finish writing 119 items into the Cosmos DB, right? Now let's go back to our Cosmos DB and see like if that is available, right? Let's refresh it and see like how it looks like. Where is the refresh button? Here, there is no refresh button. Let's refresh it. Amazing. So how we were expecting, it's how it is, right? So this is the retail, right? The database name it's created, and the container it's created, right? Under this container, and it's created all these items, right? And settings, all these things, right? And go to the items. Under items, we should have 119 products IDs available under that, right? See how many. If you go to the, how can you see that if it's 119 or not? Let's create one SQL statement. Okay, so the SQL query executor can go from here and create create one new SQL query. Okay, here from this tool you can go create new SQL story. So whenever you are creating this, then this is a SQL command, kind of. If you know SQL, some SQL query system, then you can just look into your data through a command instead of going through the row by row, right? So if we select star from that particular container, then just run it. See, you see whole JSON file here. This is the star. It's not whole JSON file though. It's only showing 100 items, 1 to 100, right? Load more, 101 to 119, right? So all the data. So that's why it is. If you want to see how many number of products available inside that, so say count 1. You have to you should learn how to write SQL code, right? So that is a different topic and different course altogether, right? So we are not going there, but I'm just simple SQL statements I'm executing here. See, the count is 119 because we have 119 products available under this particular table. Ideally, not table, the collection, right? So why it's coming 119? Because in our JSON file we have uploaded was there 119 items, right? How we have confirmed that? When we run that program, we confirm that, right? So here it's showing 119 items inserted, right? So that's how it is. So now you can see all these things. Now see the category. So this is the partition key. The partition key, if you see the category, you'll find all these things in the category section, right? In our JSON file. So that's why whenever we provided the category as a partition key, so it's created all those data according to the partition. Okay, we created another column called partition, and the partition column name is the category, right? So that's how we have built this. Okay, so now we'll go back to our steps, right? How the steps we are executing. So we run it and we are able to insert all these product details from the product catalog JSON file. Okay, now we are validating JSON. So you can say like whatever the one we have already executed the command, right? So this command we have executed, instead of model we have given C, right? That's fine. We can also give that as well, right? So execute it. See, same thing, right? So and you can also execute this one, right? And go back and try to execute this. Well, same, we have already executed this, right? So that's why it is trying to execute query. So select execute query to count all these things, blah blah. We have already seen this, and now what we are going to do is like we are going to configure the .NET web application, right? So we have configured the Cosmos DB. Now we have the storage available, right? Now we are going to configure our web application. So if you go back to our see where is the web application, right? Okay, so here is the web application available, right? Let's change to that web application. Go back to the web application. Adventure web, right? Yes. Okay, now what we'll do, so we'll close this one or we'll go to that particular folder itself. Okay, we'll close this and we'll go here, right? So here there is a startup startup file. In that startup file there are multiple configurations available, right? So what are these configurations? So these configurations are whenever you are running, you will run the application, this will try to fetch those items available in the Cosmos DB, right? So here we are using the Cosmos DB APIs to fetch those data, right? See, this is the product service, and under the product service you are configuring this, configure the configuration elements. What are those? So it will try to configure like this way, correct? And here the configuration object, then you need the collection, the collections, right? And the configuration service. Under this you are adding the add Azure pages. Okay, like this pages means nothing but the pages we have created here. Here the pages, index HTML file, detail HTML file, right? All these things. See here, this is the index file, the first root file for that web app, correct? And what it will do, it will list all the products available in the dynamic Cosmos DB, right? So now if you go to the details, the details is there, like whenever we will click any of these image, any of the list available, whenever we click, and it will show the detail of the product, like you see in our Amazon or Flipkart or something like that. Whenever you're searching anything, it will show list of products in that website, right? And then whenever you click any product, you can see all these details about that product, right? So like that, okay? So you'll see there is a text like, okay, please select a product from the list. Whenever you will click that, then you'll able to see the details, right? So those are the things we have the pages created here. So the same page we have configured here, right? And the routing page, what is the routing page, and the what are the different setting sections we are going to provide here, right? So here if you see, like in this, how we are going to configure this, right? We are going to the web application, definitely this is the module, and we'll go to the app settings. Under app settings, we'll see multiple things here. One is the adventure work Cosmos context, right? And Blob container UI and Blob SaaS token, right? So if you see here, where we'll find this one? So this one we'll find is like the Cosmos context, right? Adventure work Cosmos context. So here we need the connection string for the Cosmos DB, right? Where we put the connection string from the Cosmos DB? Here is the connection string, the third one, right? The third one we have copied. In the instruction also it's already written, right? The third one you have copied, the third value you have copied here, right? So just paste here. Okay, now we are done. Now next thing what we will do, like there are two things available here, right? In the container blob properties, it's blob container URL and the blob SaaS token. Where we will get these two? Whenever we have created our blob storage, we already created these two, and we have already copied into our backup notepad, right? So about the ideally the URL, right? So where we didn't copy the URL, we only copy the SaaS token. So let's copy the SaaS token here first, and we'll go and get the URL. So we can find the URL from here. What is the URL? The blob container URL is this one, right? We can get it and put it, but I'll show you where we supposed to get that, right? Whenever we have created the storage account, right? The blob storage account, right? So we supposed to copy two things, right? We have to go to the share token, and we got this, and from the properties pane we should have copied the URL. Okay, go to the properties and we'll get that, right? So if we'll go to the properties, we'll go to the storage account. No. Okay, storage account, and then we'll go to the properties, right? So we'll go to the properties. Okay, search here. Okay, so it's not searching. Okay, go to the settings directly, otherwise. This is the one, and okay, go to the blob, blob container, right? From the blob container, we'll click here and we'll get the properties here. Okay, and from here we should copy here, right? See, the same thing, exactly the same thing we are trying to put over there, right? So if you go here, just paste it here, and same thing, exactly same thing. See, this first part, that was the thing I was just talking about, right? Okay, anyway, we'll copy this and let's paste it here, where in the blob storage URI. Now we are done, right? So now what we'll do, again we have to build this, right? Build this and go for it. So so what we have done, in which section we are there in the validate section and this section, right? We have now posted this particular two values, right? So now if you see, if you go settings suggestion, now settings, this one will save it, and then what we'll do, we'll go here. See the image how I have depicted here, right? So you have to go here, right click and open in integrated terminal. What ideally it will do, it will try to build it in the terminal itself, right? So instead of we can build it or we can run it this way. If you are running, it's just trying to run it here. Okay, correct. So now what we will do, we have to again execute the Cosmos package, right? Because this package we have already executed in our upload project. We didn't execute that in our web project, right? So we have to execute it because there are different modules, right? We have to go one by one, right? So so we have we have to change this this one. Okay, if you see here, the open this integrate and this, and then okay, it's my bad. So whenever we will right click and we'll do the adventure here, sorry, here, these two things, right? Blob and Azure Storage Blob, right? And we put the values and we are saving the session, correct? And now we'll go to the studio and we'll go to the context. Okay, now let's go to the context. In context also we have to open in integrated, we have to run the Cosmos DB package, right? So here is the Cosmos DB package we have to execute. Exactly same we have executed in the upload, we are executing here as well. Now it's success, right? There is no error. So now we will again build it same wise how it built, so it will build this. So now let's go a little bit what exactly it's doing here, right? In the context, what exactly this is doing, it's building the Cosmos DB context, right? It's getting the Cosmos client, and it will try to find the model. Where is the model? We know our model, right? The online model, and then we'll try to fetch all the items available in that particular product catalog, right? Ideally in the collection, right? And we are trying one by one. See, in the iteration. So this one we have written, this method is responsible for listing out all those models, right? Select start from items, or you can say select start from, whenever you are doing select start from items, what you will get, go to the container, go to the Cosmos DB and go to the data explorer, and you will get this guy. So these are the items. Okay, we are trying to read all these records, right? So through our code. So this is what it's doing. it will first execute this particular command, and whatever the result it will get, it will try to iterate and try to add the range and get the next record. Okay, and it return which function is calling to this method should be somewhere in our UI, right? So now if you see the find product async, whenever you are trying to find the product, how you are going to find that? So exactly if you try to execute this one in our DynamoDB on our Cosmos DB, what you can do? So create one and then try to paste it and see, give some ID here, some ID, product ID. We'll go back to items, click get some ID, for example this one, right? And we'll try to select it, execute this one. What we are getting, we should get one item. We're not getting any items, right? So this one is trying to execute this way, right? What is the product? This is the product's ID, not the JSON ID, right? What we have copied? We have copied the particular object's ID, not the product ID, right? Let's go back to the online items, and here is the product ID, not this one. I have copied this one. I supposed to copy this one so that we can get this particular product, right? Now instead of that, paste it. Okay, now run it. We are expecting one product. See, here is the product. So this one is display. This is not this textual way. So whenever in the web UI it will display with image. Okay, this is the photo name, right? Whatever the photo name it's available, that photo will show for this particular product, right, in the web page, correct? So that's what it's going to do, right? And it will list out all these things and try to show in the UI, right? It will propagate to the UI as a list, right? If you see here, somewhere it has been called. Where it is called? This method is called here. Where? In the context. Okay, so this is the interface. It's return the task, and then it's just implemented here, right? Now what next? We know like what are the things available in the context now, right? So now we need to build it. So let's build it. What will happen? Okay, now this project got built, right? It's created the object folder, created the bin folder. Okay, all those interfaces we have written. Okay, so according to this, everything, the objects and bins are created, right? Now we have to run, correct? So before running this, what we'll do? We'll do some work. Some work in the sense like what we'll do, we'll create one a C# class, okay, for the Cosmos context, right? So this one, I'm just saying this one is created. This is the file I have already explained to you, right? I have already created for you, correct? So this is what I have given the whole example here, that for you I have already created this particular class, right? It's saying like create one under this particular context project, right? So under context project we have already created this file, right? So this is done. Now you are saving, and we have already built this as well, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to go back to our project. We'll go back to the web and go to, and same thing we'll do, like maybe open an indicator terminal. Instead of going CD and all, I can right click and open it in the terminal, right? So now what are the things we'll do here? We already saw like what are the pages available, right? And we saw like how the app.json look like and what are the app.jsons we have done, right? We have already configured those things. And in the program file, so what exactly this is doing, this is a startup program, right? The web application startup. So this program is helping to start the server, okay? And these are the things what exactly it's doing, right? And these are the images available here, right? Images for, these are 42 images, right? So this is what the images, these are the images we have already uploaded, right? We are not showing these images in the web UI. We are going to show the images available in our storage account. That's why we have given the URLs, right? We have configured the URLs for the blob storage as well. This is the blob storage URL, right? We have given. So now we'll try to build and run it, correct? So what we'll do, we'll just try to run this program, okay? The web program, run it. Okay, now it's the application is started. Our web application is started. Okay, so what we'll do, here this is the web URL already created. So our web application is running on port 5000, right? Localhost 5000. Let's copy this and try to run it in your browser. Okay, so this is the one. So now the thing is like, we are not able to see the images, right? Why? Let's see. What if we can just open it in a incognito now? Still we are not able to. So that means somewhere we are not able to get those images, right? So let's go back to our application and we'll see how we have given those. This is the one token we have given, and this is the URL also we have given, right? And whatever with the name, images, and we copied the same thing from there. We'll just go back a little bit and see. We'll go to our containers. In the containers is the images, right? Our images are already assigned. Okay, and then change this label. Okay, access policy, properties. The properties we just copied this one, right? And then provided there. Now, what else? The key and shared key, right? The shared key we have already generated this one, but we can generate once more, and then we'll blob SaaS token. So we copied this one. Did we copy this one? Oh, we have copied a different one. So if you see here, what we have copied? Token, right? Go back to our document and we'll see what exactly we have done. Okay. See, if you see the document, go to the storage. If we are not able to access the image, right? This is a troubleshooting we are doing. Why we are not able to see, though we are able to see all those data coming from our DynamoDB. All these data are coming from DynamoDB, right? Only thing we are not able to see is the image. That means image is available in the storage, right? Storage account. Why we are not able to see this? That's why we are trying to troubleshoot and fix it, right? And ideally we should be able to see those images here as well, correct? So now we'll go back and see like what we supposed to provide, the key or a URL, right? So if we go to this particular storage account, right? When we have created the storage account, correct? Where is the storage account I created? This one, Blob Storage, right? This is two things it's given, right? One is go to this one, okay, and click generate this and record the value of Blob SaaS token. What did we copy? We copied the wrong one, right? If we go back and if you go back here, we have copied this one, right? If you see here, copied this one. This was wrong. We copied the wrong value, right? Now we have copied the right value. So this is the right value we're supposed to copy, right? So now the same thing we'll put in our code, right? Instead of this one, we're not supposed to put this, rather we're supposed to put this key, right? Now we have to rerun this. Stop it, Control C, okay, Control K, and I'll just rerun it, because what we did, we have changed some code right now. So we have to rerun this. Once we rerun this, so it will run, it's running still same port, right? Now we'll go back to our web page. We'll just refresh it, okay? Beautiful. See? Some are no image. No image means this is an image, okay? In that image, it's written no image only. Okay, we can verify that. Okay, let's go back to our code, and we have images here, right? These images we have uploaded, right? Do you see something no image? Is there anything no image? It must be written no image, right? So these are the no image. See, this is showing for no image, right? So don't think like for that there is no image getting access, right? Okay, so this is the one. See, if you see, we are able to fetch all those product details, and this is our whole website we have built, and these are the images we have already uploaded in our storage account, and these are the details, right? Details available in our DynamoDB. From Cosmos DB. These are coming from the Cosmos DB, and these images are coming from the storage account, Blob Storage. Now we can click something, there is a view detail, right? If you say view detail, click here. See, this is what it's showing, right? What is the price, and you can select what kind of option you want to, what kind of model you want. All these data are coming from our DynamoDB. Only thing is coming from the Cosmos DB. The only thing coming from the storage, Blob Storage, is the image. Okay, but all these data are coming from our Cosmos DB, right? So we have written the web page for this one in our web application, right? You can go for something else as well. View. Okay. Now this is only one item. Okay. So now we are able to see those data. Now how can we verify these are coming from our DynamoDB? Cosmos DB. Correct? Why I'm keep telling DynamoDB? Okay. So Cosmos DB. So if we want to verify this, how we can verify this? Okay. Just take the name. Okay. Take this name, Mountain 100, right? So this is what is the category? Category is this, right? Oh, category is this, Mountain 100, correct? We're copying this. We'll go to this guy. DynamoDB. Okay, resources, Cosmos DB, not DynamoDB, Cosmos DB, Cosmos DB, and explore. And from the explore, like items, right? Create filter, select start from this, type the predicate. What is that? Category. Or category may be equal to okay. So there is nothing. So it didn't execute properly. So what we can do, we can go back to and add one query here and select start from this. Okay, where it is set that. Okay. Oh, C is caps, right? We'll copy this. Okay, over there, and then we'll just say. Try to. I'm just trying to see the structure, right? So category is here, right? Where category equal to, we'll copy from where? From this one, right? We are trying to check this one, correct? And go back and put it here and try to execute this. What's going on? Let's see the items. Items in the category is the these, the photo is these, description is these. I'm trying to, if we are giving that category there, okay. So product name. This is the category. Here. Let's try to view it and see this is the category we've given, right? Correct. It's the 1900. It's not fetching that any word. More detail, what exactly it's error showing. This dash category could not be resolved, identifier misses. So this is something it's showing category. Okay, if let's see if id equal to or we can see one thing. Showing error, right? Going no items, right? So we'll find this in our JSON file itself, right? So you should be able to see that. So that is also available there. Let's see. Go to our JSON file. Where is the JSON file? In our upload, right? In uploads, there is a model.json, right? Here, if you see here. So this is the bike, right? The category is This category is the bike race, right? View detail. We are looking for the mountain 100. Yeah. So the name is, it's not category. It's the category is this one, right? We're supposed to go with the name. Okay, that is the name, not the category, right? So if you go back to our Azure and will say name, maybe you'll able to paste the data we are looking for. See how many, there are how many items, right? We can say count star, and we'll try to execute it. One. This is only, I mean, one item, right? But under that there are multiple items, right? So when we are seeing this, you have to calculate that, right? So now if you see how many, I'll show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 products are available, right, for that particular category or with that particular name. So these are the things. See the amount you see, 3374.99, right? Weight is there. So this, all these things should able to show in our UI, right? So in this category, this is showing, the value is showing here, right? For the black, 3374.99, correct? These are the data it's showing, and this definitely must be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See all the 8 items, different kind of, you know, the models it's showing here. Where it's fetching from? It's fetching from here, right? This product, because the name of that product is Mountain 100. So this is also coming the Mountain 100, right? So that's how its whole thing since actually, coming into picture, right? So this is the end-to-end thing what we have built here, right? We build this one, uploaded the image into our storage, okay, and we uploaded the catalog into our Cosmos DB, right? And then what we have done, we build our local web, and there we have connected this particular connection string over here, and also connection string here. Now whenever this trying to render the page, it's trying to get the product catalog from here, okay? You see product catalog, and what this guy is doing, it's a connection string, right? Connection string getting, and the image is getting rendered. So this is all in all what we are trying to build is this particular application. Okay, then thank you so much.